All right, I slept on things and came to some decisions down here. So the first was I decided I am using this piece for over here. Yes, it does stick out just a hair bit more, but um, it's not going to change anything where it's a warehouse and a warehouse with three tracks down the middle. So that's fine. Keeping that, or that was all the same. I did end up using one of, or the longer piece that was over back there. I did end up taking that and cutting it down for here because it fits perfectly and I wouldn't have a gap um, with either up front or back. So that's good there. I did trim down this piece, so it's in, good to go. I need to, of course, screw it down, but the other thing is I decided I didn't need that entire length of wood here, and I think I cut it down about by half. Let's see. Well, this is how much I trimmed off, so maybe 2 inches off of it. So did that, and it does stick out. Both pieces stick out about 1.5 inches, 2 inches off the side, which isn't too big of a deal. There's still plenty of room that I can get in to there when I need to. So, but overall, that's all done. I just need to screw it down. Unfortunately, I forgot to put a battery on the charge with my tool set, and I drained the other one cutting the things. So we're going to have to let that charge up and come back another day or another time and do that, because this is New Year's Day and I've got a few things planned with the family. So, but overall, really happy with it. I did just notice that the backdrop is sticking up about 1/4 inch over there. Oh well, that's not that big of a deal. I'm not too worried about it. It blends in with the back, so it's not going to be real noticeable, or with the shade curtain. So anyway, that's where we're at. And yeah, so we'll be back when I've got some more work done. All right, I think all the bench work is done with the layout. I say that, and I'm sure there's something else that I've missed. But I got everything secured down, and it's good to go. I did end up, I think I mentioned it in an earlier clip, putting in some blocks here, or some scrap wood, to help level out these two pieces. I put a block here, and then over here there was a little bit more of a warp right in through here. It's kind of still there, but a lot less of an issue. With that, I had a longer piece of scrap wood, so I screwed it in on this side and then screwed it in there. So it's pretty good there. I'm not too worried about that anymore. And then I did the same thing over here with this piece. I put one right here and another one right here, just because I wanted to have, well, for two reasons. I wanted to have a little bit more that I could screw into, so that if there's weight that gets pushed, on the edge, it doesn't flip up for any reason. It shouldn't have, with how I screwed it in anyway, but I had the scrap wood. I figured might as well use it. Can't really use it for anything else, where it's most everything or anything else that I'm building, I need to use plywood cut down or ripped down. But one thing that I didn't quite catch was I had just eyeballed the wood. I never brought it close up to see or measured it, and that's my fault. But there is a little bit, see, you can see it. There's a little bit of a height difference. I think it's only about 1/8 of an inch. And so it's not horrible, and it's something I can live with. And so I'll just be careful when I'm gluing down the track. The plan is that I'll just do Eileen's to glue the track down and call it good for that. That way I can adjust things if I have to, especially where I have not used switch machines, or in my case, servos, to throw the turnouts. I know that I'm going to have a little bit of wiggle room with those. But anyway, that's where we're at. I do have the track plan printed out in full, so I'll probably bring it down and get that put in at some point tomorrow, just to kind of look at it, make sure that I'm happy with it, or see if there's anything I absolutely have to change with it. But before that, I'm going to go through and re-vacuum the top of the deck here. You can see some of the sawdust that's there that was left from when I was drilling out the pilot holes for the screws. And then once I'm done with that, I'll get all of the wood and stuff picked up off the floor, get the clamps put away, get everything reorganized, like with this scrap wood, get it pulled back over to here, or probably back in the corner. We'll see. But anyway, out of the way, then get everything vacuumed up real nicely so that I don't have any more of this wood shavings on the floor. I don't know what I'm going to do with the front of the decking as far as fascia. I do have hardboard that I could rip down to be 4 inches, but that's something I got to think on, especially where I'm going to have to design some pockets for the touch sensors that I'm going to be using. I need to have them be able to be recessed in a little bit so that if you accidentally brush up along the fascia, you won't turn a servo or turn a turnout via the servo. The other thing that I did think about was reusing these shelves that I took off and put one maybe on that leg or somewhere along here, and just blend in I don't know. And I was thinking of taking the other one and putting it in somewhere over here, mainly so that there was a spot that the throttle could be put on, or car cards, because I'm thinking with how small this layout is, and there's only going to be 30-ish cars, if that can be on here, that will be on here at any given time. There won't be that many, but it won't be too many, and I really don't want to put down another computer just to do JMRI with that. I think this is going to be small enough that there's no reason to do that. So, not saying that I couldn't, because I think I've got 1 or 2 computers that I could use it, but we're not going down that route for this. So anyway, I digress. It's getting late. I'm going to call it a night and, be happy with the progress that I've made with this, and, just spend tomorrow cleaning up, getting things nice and neat for it. I know I need to clean the turnouts. They're pretty gnarly, some of the old ones that I got. So anyway, I digress. Thank you everybody for watching and coming along with this. I know I say it not often enough that I really appreciate everybody watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys and everybody in the next video.